I've been busy installing the exhaust fan. This is a Panasonic Whisper Quiet high velocity exhaust fan. And you can just barely hear it running right now. I'm going to be quiet so you can listen. But if I step back to about here, you can't even hear it. So this has a piece of frame that you put in first. That's that metal bracket that bolts onto the joist. And it expands to fit whatever width joist you have, so it attaches on the other side. And then the fan pushes up in there, and those two fasteners on the top of the screen fasten it on the left, and on the right use those two fasteners. There's an adjustment right there. So right now it's set, this is the 115 model. So right now it's set to 130 cubic feet per minute. We can click that to the left and go down to 110, or click it to the right and go up to 150. So I'm going to leave it in the middle setting for right now. I've got the electrical box, electric's all hooked up. I just got to secure this wire on the joists. Up in the bay here, I have the pipe aligned parallel to the joist, so it should exit this room perpendicular to the wall, which is a good thing, so it doesn't get squirrely on the other side. So let me show you where that's punching through there, and if I go around here and show you where it's coming out. So it's coming out right here. So what it's going to do, it's going to run the length of this utility room out this direction and go out. Looks like it's going to be this one here. So that'll go straight out the bay and exit outside in that direction. So you can see it's kind of in line with that fluorescent light. So I have another 2-foot section to get us going. The reason why we didn't want to go in this direction out towards the driveway is we don't have enough clearance. We'd have to boost it up and over those ceiling rafters. We'd have to go even higher to get it across this one over here. So we would have a negative pitch, meaning that any condensation that got caught in that pipe would puddle up down over here, and it would eventually rust the pipe out. So we want to have a slight downward pitch as it goes out the house, so any condensation that collects in that pipe will drain out of the house. Now let's go see what Steve's been up to today. He's starting to get ready to insulate. He framed out the section where we're going to ventilate the microwave. So this is the area where he's going to cut a hole through the house and put a set of louvers so he can vent the microwave. The microwave actually collects the oven will be in this bay right here. So the bottom of the microwave has a vent that'll suck up any steam or smoke and punch it out through that would go out through this framed up section that Steve's working on right now. So he's got a bat of insulation out, so he's getting ready to insulate this area. He just broke for a lunch break. He's got some of his equipment out here all set up. He's got a little baby table saw and his chop saw on his scaffolding. So he's got all his equipment set up outside. That way we can minimize the sawdust that we collect up in here. So I'm going to finish up fast securing this wire right here. I got to head out to work in about a half an hour or so, and I want to get that wire secure, and I want to secure that pipe. I have to set the pitch on that pipe too before I leave, and I'll put the cover on this also. So that's what the cover looks like. Once we do the sheetrock on the ceiling, this will come down a little bit more to match the ceiling. So it's got a spring-loaded thing, so it'll snap up against the sheetrock. So right now there's no sheetrock there for it to go against. So now what I got to do is just secure these wires. I'm going to do that next. Then I'm going to set the pitch on that pipe. I'll just put a piece of blocking inside of that bay and show you what I mean. So the pitch of the pipe, I can adjust it up or down. and I'll just put a piece of block of wood on the bottom of the pipe just to hold it in the position that I want it. That I can do tomorrow. That's no big deal, but I do want to get this wire connected to the joist so it's not hanging down like this. So I secured the wire for the exhaust fan with those staples, and I left what I call a service loop. So that's a little extra wire, so if this fan ever needs to be taken apart and fished out through the hole, there's a little extra bit of wire to pull through to make it easier to disconnect. Because a lot of times on these, you just replace the motor and you just leave the electronics alone. But if there's ever any need to pull this section off, you can go in that direction and have a little extra wire to play with. So we're all set here. Last thing I need to do is put some tape on this, some ducting tape. It's like a silver tape that'll seal that up on that end. And then over on this end, like I said, I gotta just put a block of wood to hold this up or down and get the proper pitch. So I'm running out of time. I gotta get ready for work for lunch. So I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. Also got to put a little bit of insulation between that pipe and that wire, just to give it a little scuff protection. I doubt anything is going to happen with it. These are down low enough where it's not hitting at all. But this one was kind of a tight fit, so always a good idea to try and protect wiring for long-term vibration and scuffing. You don't want to short. All right, so that's it for now. I'm going to put things away and call it a day. And we're making slow and steady progress, but a big thing was getting this fan in the ceiling. Next thing I need to do is I have to replace these water lines. If you, I don't know if you saw up top in a previous issue, see that green patina there? That's a pinhole leak starting to develop. There's two more up here where that discoloration is on the top of the pipe. So this needs to be changed out. Technically speaking, I could leave the vertical section. Usually what happens is just the horizontal section gets a little piece of iron oxide in the pipe that lays down in there and it starts to rust through. So I could probably get away with just replacing that one little horizontal run. But I'm going to just opt for brand new PEX pipe from the cellar to the top, and that way there's no surprises later because I'll have brand new pipe all the way up. And I also have to connect this vent line right here. We're going to have a sink right here, so I got to plumb up the drain up to the floor and get the stub outs for the water supply. And we already have our vanity somewhat figured out. We know what we can get away with size-wise. But right in the middle of that's where I have to put the drain, right where that joist is right there. So either to the left or the right of it, anywhere close by is fine. And that's it for now, and the toilet flange. So we got a little bit more to do in here before this is ready to close up. Steve's finished with the Durock. It's all installed, all walls, all surfaces. And we're ready for Manny to come tile this up for us. And the workbench is messed up again. But this is all the electrical supplies that I used to get that fan together. So most of that stuff fits in this bin and that toolbox. So I don't have time to clean it up right now. I'll do it later. See you guys next time.